What if I told you the reason you're stuck paycheck to paycheck has nothing to do with how hard you're working? Let me ask you this. Why does a guy in Austin running a TikTok account for 4 hours a day pull in $250,000 a year, while his buddy flipping burgers 60 hours a week can't catch a break? Here's the brutal truth. Success in America isn't about grinding harder. It's about thinking differently. It's about value. You've been sold the lie that effort equals reward. But look around. The real players, the ones building empires, not just resumes, aren't winning because they're smarter or luckier. They're winning because they've cracked the code on creating irresistible value. That Uber driver who turned his dashcam footage into a viral channel, the teacher who monetized her lesson plans into a $100,000 per year side hustle, these aren't flukes. They're engineered outcomes. Welcome to Profit Architects, where we don't chase profit, we design it. This isn't about working more. It's about working backwards, starting with the value you create, then letting the money follow. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to stop trading hours for scraps and start building assets that pay you while you sleep. Let's tear down the myth that hustle beats strategy and rebuild your financial future on a foundation that actually works. You think working harder is the way out? Let's break this down. There are two kinds of income in America: trading time for money and building value that prints money. The first, it's the trap. The second, that's how you escape the grind. Take Jake, a 38-year-old electrician in Dallas. He works 40 hours a week, $25 an hour. After taxes, he's pulling in about $50,000 a year. If Jake gets sick, takes a vacation, or just decides to sleep in, that paycheck, gone. His income dies the second he stops working. Now, meet Sarah. She's a software engineer in Silicon Valley. Last year, she built a simple app that helps homeowners track energy usage. She worked on it nights and weekends for 6 months. Launched it. Now, that app brings in $2 million a year automatically. She hasn't touched the code in months. Same country, same economy, totally different realities. Why? Because Jake sells hours. Sarah sells value. And here's the kicker. Sarah didn't work harder. She worked smarter. She built something that solves a problem for thousands of people at the same time. That's the gap between survival and freedom. This isn't about luck. It's about engineering your efforts. Think about it. When's the last time you heard a janitor make $10 million? But a guy who creates a TikTok dance challenge? Suddenly he's got 6 figures in brand deals. Why? Because the janitor trades time. The dancer creates a viral asset, something that scales. At Profit Architects, we see this everywhere. The gym trainer who packages his workouts into a $197 per month subscription. The nurse who turns her patient care notes into a best-selling Amazon ebook. The mechanic who builds a YouTube channel teaching car hacks and now pulls in $10,000 a month from ads and affiliate sales. These aren't geniuses. They're regular people who stopped asking, how do I earn more? And started asking, what can I create that others will pay for, even when I'm asleep? Here's the raw truth. The market doesn't reward effort. It rewards results. If you're sweating 60 hours a week and still scrambling, it's not because you're lazy. It's because you're focused on the wrong thing. You're solving for hours instead of impact. So what's the solution? Stop thinking like an employee. Start thinking like an architect. Build systems, not schedules. Create assets, courses, apps, brands, content that keep delivering value long after you've stopped working on them. Because when you engineer value, you don't just get paid. You get compounded. That's how the game is played in America. Not with overtime, with overvalue. And if you're ready to stop trading hours for scraps, stick around. We're about to show you exactly how to flip the script. All right. Let's cut through the noise. You're probably thinking, this all sounds great, but can I actually pull it off? Let me tell you this. The people we're about to talk about didn't start with Ivy League degrees, Silicon Valley connections, or generational wealth. They were grinding in the same system you're stuck in until they didn't. Here's the deal. At Profit Architects, we don't care about theory. We care about results. And these 15 stories, they're not hypothetical. They're blueprints. Take Jake. The Uber driver in Los Angeles who turned his dashcam footage into a $100,000 per year side hustle by teaching other drivers how to maximize surge pricing. Or Emily, the HR manager who got laid off during the 2022 tech crash, then built a $50,000 per month coaching program teaching job seekers how to game LinkedIn's algorithm. These aren't outliers. They're proof that value isn't about what you have. It's about what you do with what's already in front of you. And let's get real. Most people stop at complaining. But these folks, they asked, what problem am I uniquely positioned to solve? The nurse who monetized her patient care notes into a best-selling Amazon ebook? She didn't wait for permission. The mechanic who reverse engineered his repair process into a YouTube channel pulling in $10,000 per month from affiliate links? He didn't need a business degree. He just needed to see differently. That's the power of engineered profit. It's not about luck, it's about leverage. You're going to see how a single mom in Texas turned her homemade granola recipe into a subscription box business. How a truck driver documented his cross-country routes to build a viral travel guide. How a mid-level marketer packaged his spreadsheet templates into a $200,000 per year digital product. This isn't fantasy land. This is the blueprint for escaping the paycheck prison. So if you've ever thought, I don't have anything valuable to offer, prepare to have that lie shattered. Stick around. We're about to show you how regular people are rewriting their financial code. Because at Profit Architects, we don't chase trends. We engineer exits. And the stories coming up, they're your roadmap. All right, let's get real. These aren't hypotheticals. These are blueprints. People just like you, no Ivy League pedigree, no trust fund, no viral luck. Engineer profit by flipping their mindset. Stick with me. This isn't about inspiration. It's about implementation. Take Jake, the Uber driver in LA. Dude's grinding 60 hours a week, pulling in $1,200 after gas, maintenance, and surge pricing that's basically a scam. One day, he films a quick clip. How to beat LA traffic like a pro. Random, right? But people eat it up. He leans in, starts posting tips. Where to park during the Lakers game. How to spot a fare dodger. Why surge pricing is rigged. 6 months later, 150K followers. Uber hits him up for a partnership. Now he's making $8,000 per month from sponsorships and tips from drivers buying his LA driver masterclass. Lesson? Authenticity scales. Your daily grind? It's raw material. Then there's Emily, the HR manager who got laid off in 2022. Classic tech crash casualty. Spent 3 months doom scrolling LinkedIn job boards, feeling invisible. Then she posts, who wants to read a book with me? 5 people show up. She picks Atomic Habits, simple, relatable. Starts breaking down chapters, sharing takeaways. People start asking, can I pay for a structured course? She launches from books to action. Sells 5K copies at $20 each. Now, she's got a $100,000 per year side hustle. Moral? Free value builds trust. Trust builds profit. Mark, the mechanical engineer, dude stuck in a toxic job, quits after a screaming match with his boss. Instead of sulking, he dumps his 20 years of notes into a Udemy course. Master Mechanical Engineering Basics. Listed at $99. 2,000 sales later, $150,000 per year. No updates. No support, just systems over schedules. Sarah, the stay-at-home mom, she's drowning in postpartum stress. One day, she films herself making a toy out of cardboard boxes. My toddler's obsessed, she captions. The video blows up. She starts churning DIY content, monetizes her YouTube, sells an ebook, $0 toddler activities. Now she's pulling $5,000 per month from ads and affiliate links. Proof? Your life is your product. Tom, the freelance designer, gets ghosted by a client who owed him $5,000. Furious, he packages his old templates into a Canva kit, social media starter pack, listed at $19.99. First month, $10,000. Now it's passive. He's basically printing money while binge-watching Netflix. John and Maria, the Tex-Mex restaurateurs, when lockdowns hit, they pivoted to Texas Barbecue Masterclass. Ship dry rubs. Teach smokers how to reverse sear brisket. Revenue jumps 300%. They're shipping kits nationwide now. Local culture? That's a global commodity. David, the stressed out marketer, built a Notion project tracker to save his sanity. Posts it on Reddit. Gets 10K downloads. Upgrades it to Notion for Teams Pro. Sells 7K copies at $29.99. $200,000 in 90 days. Problem solving equals profit. Lisa, the paycheck-to-paycheck office drone, she documents her $60,000 credit card debt journey on TikTok. How I got out without debt settlement. Sells a $9.99 budgeting PDF. Makes $50,000 per year. People don't want gurus. They want survivors. James, the IT guy, his mom gets scammed via phishing. He creates tech for seniors, a step-by-step guide to avoiding scams. Partners with retirement homes. Now he's pulling $80,000 per year teaching boomers how to text. Anna, the preschool teacher, she's frustrated parents don't play with their kids. Packages 100 games into an ebook. Play and learn with kids. Sells 10K copies. $150,000 per year. Value isn't in the product. It's in the connection. Kevin, the copywriter, notices clients begging for clicky titles. Compiles 500 examples into title library. Sells 5K copies at $40. $200,000 per year. Help people shortcut struggle. They'll pay you to do it. Maria, the ESL student, learns English through Marvel movies. Launches English through Hollywood. Teaches phrasal verbs via Thor quotes. Makes $70,000 per year. Your hobby? Could be someone else's breakthrough. Ryan, the New York City street photographer, lists his work as NFTs on OpenSea. Sells 100 pieces for $3,000 each. $300,000. Art meets crypto? It's not a fad. It's a frontier. Chris, the laid-off tour guide, builds Discover Texas Quiz, a trivia app for road trippers. Partners with Aaron's. $40,000 per year. Knowledge is not equal to income until you package it. Rachel, the bank teller, films financial red flags, exposing predatory loans. Sells an ebook, Financial Self-Defense. $60,000 per year. Help people avoid pain? They'll pay you to protect them. See the pattern? These people didn't wait for luck. They engineered exits. At Profit Architects, we don't chase trends. We build assets. Systems. Content. Tools. Templates. Value isn't abstract. It's actionable. It's scalable. And it's yours for the taking. Stick around. We're about to break down exactly how to engineer your own. Let's cut through the noise. These 15 stories weren't about geniuses, million-dollar trust funds, or viral luck. They were about regular people who stopped asking, how do I get rich? And started asking, what can I give that's worth paying for? And here's the brutal truth. Value isn't about what you have. It's about what you do with what's already in front of you. Jake, the Uber driver, he didn't need a tech degree. He just needed to film his dash cam and talk about gas prices. Emily, the laid-off HR manager, she didn't write a PhD level course. She just read books out loud and broke down the highlights. Mark, the engineer, he recycled old lecture notes into a Udemy course. Nomadic, just leverage. This isn't luck. It's engineering. At Profit Architects, we see this everywhere. People turning their grind into gold. The nurse who monetized patient care notes. The mechanic who reverse engineered his repair process into a YouTube channel. The teacher who packaged lesson plans into a $150,000 per year ebook. These aren't outliers. They're proof that money doesn't chase effort. It chases impact. So what's the takeaway? Stop obsessing over hours worked. Start obsessing over problems solved. Your life, the stress, the hustle, the setbacks is raw material. Your job isn't to grind harder. It's to ask, who needs what I've already survived? Because here's the secret they won't tell you. Your value isn't in your resume. It's in your story. And when you engineer that story into something others will pay for, whether it's a template, a course, or a TikTok hack, you stop trading time for scraps. You start building assets that pay you while you sleep. This isn't fantasy. It's physics. Profit isn't found. It's engineered. And if you're ready to stop sweating for pennies and start scaling your value, stick around. We're just getting started. All right, let's cut the fluff. You've seen the stories. Now here's how to engineer your own. These aren't theories. These are levers. Pull one and profit follows. 1. Stop asking, how do I make money? Start asking, what can I give that people will pay for? That Uber driver in LA didn't film videos to get rich. He filmed them because he had something to say. Result? $8,000 per month passive income. Your job isn't to chase money, it's to solve problems. Money's just a thank you note. 2. Package your life into products. That teacher in Texas didn't write a textbook. She sold her lesson plans as an ebook. $150,000 per year. Your struggles? Your wins? They're not just yours, they're blueprints for others. Turn them into courses, templates, or guides. That nurse who monetized patient notes? She didn't invent medicine. She just organized what she already knew. 3. Double down on your one thing. Don't try to be a jack of all trades. The Canva template guy didn't master graphic design. He mastered one niche, social media kits. Sold 10K units. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be uniquely useful. 4. Build invisible assets, not time clocks. The mechanic who turned repair hacks into YouTube videos, he's not working 9 to 5 anymore. His videos work 24/7. Apps, content, systems, they're your silent employees. Stop trading hours for scraps. Start building something that pays you while you sleep. 5. Give first. The financial coach who exposed predatory loans, she didn't pitch her services up front. She gave away free warnings. Result? Thousands bought her ebook. Value goes out first. Profit comes back like a boomerang. At Profit Architects, we don't believe in luck. We believe in leverage. These 5 moves, they're not magic. They're mechanics. Profit isn't found, it's engineered. So stop grinding harder. Start building smarter. Your turn. What's one thing you can package today? Drop it in the comments. And if you're done with Paycheck Panic, hit subscribe. We're not just making videos. We're building an army of profit engineers. Let's go. This isn't a fantasy. It's physics. You don't need luck, connections, or a 6-figure salary to engineer profit. You just need to stop grinding harder and start building smarter. Jake, the Uber driver, he didn't win the lottery. He engineered a $10,000 per month side hustle from dashcam footage. Emily, the laid-off HR manager, she turned free book clubs into a $100,000 per year business. These aren't outliers. They're blueprints. And you've got the raw materials right in front of you. Your time is finite. Your value isn't. At Profit Architects, we don't chase trends. We build assets, systems, content, tools. If you're done with Paycheck Panic, hit subscribe. Tap that bell so you don't miss the next blueprint. Save this video. Share it with someone stuck in the grind. Because profit isn't found, it's engineered. And the next chapter of your financial freedom starts now. Let's go build it.